Boker Tov. As we come to another day of Elul reflections, this time with Linda Belzer. Before we hear her truly memorable words, we begin by singing a Chat Sha'alti as we do each morning, seeking God, seeking to live in the house of God all the days of our life, to gaze upon the beauty of the eternal, and to frequent God's temple. Achat she'alti meit Adonai otav akesh. Achat she'alti meit Adonai otav akesh. Shivti beveit Adonai kol yemei chayai lachatot benoam Adonai ulevaker beheichalot לחזות בנועם אדוני ולבקר בהיכלו. I now share Linda Belzer's words as she talks about really some of the unexpected surprises that have happened this year and how she's made the most of them.
I want to thank Rabbi Cassie for inviting me to talk about a way in which I hope to grow or expand my horizons this coming year. This has been an unusual year, needless to say, due to COVID. And I've also had quite a few personal changes this year. I retired from teaching after 19 years, and the school and I were just not a good fit at the end. I didn't feel like I was giving everything I could. I wasn't passionate about what I was doing. I wasn't being as good a teacher as I'd wanted to be. So I retired and am now spending my time doing quite a few volunteer opportunities that some have come along because of COVID. And I am really enjoying these new experiences. I'm delivering food for Meals on Wheels once a week in San Pedro, and it has been a inspiring and humbling experience. I'm learning a lot about San Pedro and just about the way different people live, and it makes me feel very grateful and happy to help out in that way. I'm also tutoring a homeless child through a program called School on Wheels, and it's very fulfilling, but I cannot wait till I can actually meet my my young student in person. And I'm becoming a court-appointed special advocate for a foster youth, and this has been a very intense training. I feel like I'm getting a degree in sociology about how our foster system works. I will be helping support the child through the system, through the foster system, and be their advocate to try to find the best possible situation for them, make sure that they're safe and healthy and being cared for. And I'm also teaching fitness to seniors, which is very fulfilling, very fun. So this year has allowed me, and I hope it continues to allow me, to give back, do what I'm passionate about, spend time with children, old people, dogs, and anyone else. Happy New Year.
Thank you so much, Linda. It is truly inspiring. I think that, if anything, this pandemic has changed the trajectories of a lot of lives, have really changed so much that perhaps had been taken for granted in the past. And the example that you set is one of making meaning and being able to have the courage to find a new path, a path filled with compassion, a path filled with opportunities to take care of one another. That is perhaps the best thing that we can possibly do at this time. So while this year has been a really hard one, and while the year up ahead will likely be very challenging as well, I hope that we can all be inspired by the example that you set, Linda, of creating these new opportunities for growth and exploration by finding such meaning in taking care of one another. And I hope that each of these proves to be so rewarding for you, and take you down paths you perhaps never would have imagined. I bring us back to Psalm 27 as we do each morning, reading these words in hopes that we find something new amidst them. Of David, Adonai is my light and my victory. From whom shall I feel fright? Adonai is the stronghold of my life. From whom shall I feel terror? When evildoers approach me in battle to feed on my flesh, my pursuers, my adversaries, they have stumbled, they have fallen down. If a camp encamps against me, my heart will not fear. If a war arises against me, in this I would trust. One thing I have sought from Adonai, how I long for it, that I might live in the house of Adonai all the days of my life, that I might look upon the sweetness of Adonai and spend time in the palace, that you might hide me in the sukkah on a chaotic day, hide me in the hiding places of your tent, raise me high upon a rock. Now my head rises high above my enemies round about, and in your tent I offer offerings to the sound of the truah, the shofar. I shall sing and chant praises to Adonai. Hear, Adonai, my voice. I am crying out, be gracious. Answer me. My heart has said to you, seek my face. I am seeking your face, Adonai. Do not hide your face from me. Do not turn your servant away in anger. You have been my help. Do not forsake me. Do not abandon me, God of my deliverance. For my father and my mother have abandoned me. Yet Adonai gathers me up. Make your path apparent to me. Guide me in the upright road because of those up ahead who lie in wait for me. Do not hand me over to the lust of my adversaries, for false witnesses have risen against me, puffing violently. Had I not the faith that I would see the goodness of God in the land of life, wait for Adonai. Fill your waiting with hope in Adonai. Let your heart be strong and of good courage, and wait hopefully for Adonai. Today we turn to these words that we read just in verses 7, the beginning of verse 8. My heart has said to you, seek my face. I am seeking your face, Adonai. In times of challenge, at times where things are thrown up at the air, at times where the trajectory of our lives change, perhaps we are seeking God, or perhaps we are seeking God just in those small moments in our lives. We are all seeking. That's what this month of Elul is all about seeking ourselves, about seeking connection, about seeking purpose, perhaps in the midst of the unknown. Deborah Robbins talks about this seeking that we are doing. In her liturgical poem, she writes, okay, here we are. One generation after another blesses one generation after another with biblical words of the priestly blessing. Ancient priests blessed the people Israel with these words, may God bless you and keep you. Clergy bless newborns, B'nai Mitzvah and newly married couples with these words, may God's face shine upon you and be gracious to you. A community at prayer seeks divine blessing with these words: May God's face be lifted toward you and bring you peace. The priestly benediction collective hope whispered in a crowd. But these words of the psalm belong to me, the individual, in communion with God. They flow out of my heart, across my lips, directly to God. Shine your face upon me. Let me imagine seeing you at this moment, no priest, no rabbi or cantor, no parent, no hands raised with fingers spread, just my voice. I seek your face. And there is more. I need you to seek my face. I need you to know my essence, to recognize in all your divinity the uniqueness of my humanity. Please see the challenges of my life, the help I need as I face obstacles, enemies, darkness. Please hear the cries that come out of my mouth but flow from my heart. These are your words, embedded in your Torah. They are my words inscribed on my heart. They are our words to use with each other. I'll keep seeking your face. And please, God, now bless me, keep me, seek my face, and let me know shalom, wholeness, and peace. Because Psalm 27 has such a powerful connection in our tradition to this month of Elul, to seeking, and because its words really are so powerful, there's been a lot of music written to this psalm. And one piece in particular that I know some of you have mentioned is a piece that Debbie Friedman wrote years ago called Al Taster, which means don't hide your face. So I'd like to include it now, as it seems very fitting for this particular day of Elul. Don't hide your face from me, I'm asking for your help. I call to you, please hear my prayers, oh God. If you would answer me as I have called to you, please heal me now. Don't hide your face from me. Don't hide your face from me, I'm asking for your help. I call to you, please hear my prayers, oh God. If you would answer me as I have called to you, please heal me now. Don't hide your face from me. If you would answer me as I have called to you, please heal me now. Don't hide your face from me. And finally, we turn back to our Elul reflection as we hear our shofar blast, as we allow it to awaken something in ourselves, perhaps the possibilities ahead that we never would have imagined, but that are right there before us. Tekiah, Shivari, Teruah, Tekiah. Thank you, Talia, for those beautiful shofar blasts. And I just want to thank all of you as well for being here, for forming this sacred community. And what would the sacred community be if we didn't have a Rabbi Romper Room as part of it? So I just want to say good morning to Marla and to Pam, to Debbie, and happy birthday, Debbie, Elliot and Leanne and Diane and Gail and Elliot, to Leanne and Michelle and Bonnie and so many others and Pam, so great to see you. It is so wonderful to start this morning with each of you every day. And for those of you who watch later in the day, I'm so glad that we can share it with you too. You might not be here right at this moment, but your presence is felt and you make this community more special just by virtue of being a part of it. Each morning we end with a prayer that feels so appropriate and so needed in our world. Each morning we end with the words of our Mishaberach, because as we know, the world is in need of healing. There are so many people who are suffering, who are in need of healing of mind, healing of body, and healing of spirit. And if singing these words can bring just a touch of healing into our lives, then this is something that is important to include in our ritual today and every day. So I invite you to join with me in singing Debbie Friedman's Mishaberach. Mishaberach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Lehimotenu. Bless the source of strength, who bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishaberach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Lehavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. I hope today is a day of healing, a day of inner peace, a day of self-reflection, and I hope that everyone has many, many blessings that they can celebrate this day. I look forward to seeing you all for another day of Elul Reflections tomorrow morning. For all of our parents who are here, there will be a parent survival hour at 9 o'clock tonight as we're all figuring out how to homeschool our kids in a myriad of different ways. So I look forward to seeing you then or seeing you tomorrow. Have a good one.